The first to share her experience is an old-time friend.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Claravil Guzman. I was diagnosed with lung cancer in February in 2006. My left lower lobe was taken out on February 8, 2006. I was diagnosed with non-small adenocarcinoma. At the time, I was facing a lot of challenges in my work, in my family life. I had so many concerns. And at the time, I told God, Lord, pagod na po ako. But when I was diagnosed with cancer, sabi ko sa Kanya, Lord, napaka-spoiled ko naman po sa iyo. Sabi ko po, gusto ko po magpahinga, pero hindi po ganitong klaseng pagpapahinga. But then, supposedly I had to undergo chemotherapy. But when a friend of mine used to be my leader in Ang Lingkod ng Panginoon, a Catholic community for single young professionals, visited me, who was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. I look at her and she looks so healthy. And I asked her, and she even looked more beautiful at that time. Because I didn't see her during the time that she was sick, but I can imagine how she looked like. And then I asked her, what have you been doing? You look so good, you look so great. And then she started telling me all her protocols with wellness. And then those were the things that were written in the researches of my husband about alternative healing. So I went to Doctora's place. But then again, I thought, okay lang yan. But when they asked me to take the ampalaya malunggay juice, talaga naman, di ba? Parang pag ininom mo siya, para kang uminom ng vodka na parang sasabog yung utak mo. And I hate ampalaya at that time. I would only eat ampalaya pag nasa kapitbahay or somewhere else na yun lang yung sineserve na food. Alam mo yon, kasi pakikisama lang, di ba? But then again, Doc Nim told me that you have to do it with a joyful heart. So he taught me to bless everything with love and gratitude. So I would bless the ampalaya malunggay juice before eating. I bless you with love and gratitude. Thank you for nourishing me. Thank you for boosting my immune system. Thank you for getting rid of all the unhealthy cells in my body. Thank you, Lord, for the gift of ampalaya malunggay juice to completely and permanently heal me. And I would be able to drink it. Okay. And that's not it. That's not all. I have to do enema, sitz bath, on a liquid diet for so long, you know, continuous cleansing, alternative liver and kidney cleansing. And because of that, and you know, especially the patients here, you know that it's not that cheap. It's very expensive. Diba? And often, pag naubos na yung supplements ko, I would cry out to Doktora, Doktora, hindi cancer, ikamamatay ko, but the stress of where will I be getting my monthly maintenance? But then, following the protocol that they have taught me, that whatever is naturally growing in your environment, that's the best ones that's going to work for your DNA. And since we are so blessed with a lot of herbs, di ba? We have malunggay, ampalaya, talbos ng kamote, guyabano, everything. We just have to plant it, you know. So, nung medyo challenged na ako financially, I started planting in my neighborhood. No? Best friends ko kasi ang oregano, lagundi, garlic, you know. And sabi nga, and I really lived out the mantra for healing of Doc Nim, that I'm getting better and better every day in every way, and I and only I am responsible for my health, my whole being, my mind, my body, and my spirit. I will do everything, whatever it takes to heal my mind, my body, and spirit. I'm fully motivated to heal myself, my mind, my body, and my spirit. Until in November 2007, there were several nodules on my neck, and then there were several nodules on my left lung, on my thoracic bone, on my sacral bone, and 2 on my liver. And I couldn't walk. It was hard. Actually, one of the doctors, as in mga 2 hours niya akong sinisermonan, no? Sinasabi niya, bakit hindi ka magpunta sa Western medicine? You know, there's this new pill that is very, for lung cancer patients, for Asian, di ba? So, ganun. So, dahil hindi ako nakakasalita, hindi ako makasagot sa kanya. The following day, I went to wellness for my, I think it was for my vitamin C infusion. And then Doc Mim asked me to share or to talk to her niece. Kasi yung father niya is in wellness for stage 4 lung cancer. So I asked the niece, sabi ko, so, kasi ano naman yung isi-share ko, di ba? Hindi nga ako well. So I asked her, so how's your father? So at first, it was only stage 1, then he had operation, then chemotherapy, but he changed diet, and now, and then another series of chemotherapy, and then they get across this particular pill. And she was even proud na she got it for, kasi supposedly 10,000 for ano yun eh. Tapos they got it for only $100, Singaporean dollars, parang ganun. So sobrang mura. It worked for a while, but after that, it was already in, it was all over, di ba, in the bowls, in ano. So wala nang magagawa sa kanya, kaya sila nasa wellness. Okay, but for me, it was God's way of telling me, kasi nung sinisermonan ako ng doctor, in a way, mangangarag ka, di ba? Kasi, tama nga ba na I'm still into wellness, the fact that I couldn't talk, I couldn't walk, I'm in pain, di ba? But then, it was God's way of telling me, yes, Claravil, you're on the right track. You just have to focus. Focus and concentrate on your healing. Don't mind what other people are telling you. Just believe that you're going to get healed. And even there was even a time that I went to doktora na, yan, hindi ako nakakalakad. I was already smelling. Alam mo yung smell that you smell like you're rotting anytime you would go. And then doktora sent me to Mega Mall to have my lungs checked to make sure that I don't have pneumonia. And then she made a special oil, you know, to boost my immune system. And told me, Claravil, this will be the last time that I will heal you because she knows that there's a reason why I'm not healing, okay? Because of the stresses that I'm into. If this thing happens again, and with the same reason, I will no longer heal you. Okay? So I concentrated and I focused on my healing. Every day, even if I couldn't walk, I would ask my maid to accompany me to our balcony so that I would have sunlight kasi that's very good for healing, diba? And then I would do meditation and visualization as what Doc Lim has taught me. So I imagined my cancer cells as if they're the feeds or the pellets, and then my white blood cells as if they're Pac-Man. Obvious na obvious yung age, no? You're familiar with that? Pac-Man, yung computer games, di ba? So I was visualizing that until all my cancer cells are gone. And lo and behold, I got healed. And then, a few months after, the doctor na nagsisermon sa akin saw me because my daughter was sick. And then I told him, Doc, hello po, do you still remember me? Yeah, you look great. What have you been doing? And then he invited me to his clinic. And then I told him what I did. Can you write down everything that you've been doing? Now, can you write down? So, I've learned to, one of the causes siguro, aside from we lived in Project 4, wherein the roofing is asbestos, I'm living a very stressful life because I wanted everything to be perfect always. You know, may pagka-OC. Actually, I have my friend with me here who's also a co-patient, may barkada also from college. As in, pareho kaming with CA, magkaiba nga lang. Pero pareho kasi kaming OC. Diba? So, hindi worth it na maging OC. Diba? Pag nagalit ka, hindi, it's useless because pag nagalit ka, sino nagka-wrinkles? Diba? Sinong pumangit? Sino yung nagpalpitate? Diba? Ikaw, yung kinagagalitan mo, yung kinaiinisan mo, diba? Baka tuwang-tuwa ka sa'yo kasi nairita ka nila. So, it's not worth it. So, I've learned to you know, just mind the things that I have control of and to mellow down. It's not easy. It's not an easy journey. Actually, whenever somebody consoles or asks me, I always tell them that this path is not for the, you know, yung mahina ang loob. Kailangan matapang ka. Kasi yung palang ang palayang yung kay Diyos, di ba? Kailangan mo rin ng isang katerang tapang ko. Di ba? Tapos yung araw-araw na sinusundot yung, ano mo, for enema, and then mapapasok ka for the seats bath. That's not an easy thing. Di ba? But then again, I no longer do all of these things to get healed. Because if that is my intention, sabi ko nga, I would be very disappointed. Because I am not God. I am not infinite. Definitely, I will expire. But the main reason why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, it's because this is my only way to show my love and gratitude to the God who lives in me. Because He has been so good to me, has given me so much. Pero kahit na ibigay ko sa Kanya lahat ng ibinigay niya sa akin, walang kwenta yun sa Kanya because He's a God of everything. But since He lives in each one of us, so it's my way of giving honor and gratitude to be healthy in mind, body,